If you're a high school basketball player that wants to score more next season, one of the simplest ways to increase your scoring is to improve your free throw shooting. So today, I'm going to share one of the most critical things that you need to practice when it comes to shooting free throws and why it's the secret to becoming a better free throw shooter. Let's jump in and discuss. Welcome back to Hard Smart Together. I'm Coach Dave. I'm here every week to help basketball players become the smart, confident players that coaches love. So everybody likes scoring points in a basketball game. So I'm guessing if you're a high school player, one of your goals is to score more points next season. And one of the simplest ways to score more points is to increase your free throw percentage. And one of the things that all great free throw shooters have in common is they have a repeatable, dependable routine. And I mean dependable, they have a routine that they can depend on in pressure situations when it comes to shooting free throws. So today, what I want to share with you is three aspects or three steps to developing a routine that you can count on in those pressure situations and why each aspect is so important. Now, when I was a basketball player, I had a free throw shooting routine, but I did not understand all three of these aspects and why they were so critically important. It wasn't until I became a coach and really a student of the game and a student of sports psychology and a student of player development that I came to understand the importance of each aspect of developing a routine. So that's what I want to share with you today. You may have a shooting routine today, and you may learn something of these different aspects of it that makes you an even better free throw shooter. So, before I get started on those three steps, I always like to, if you haven't already downloaded the 8 intangible skills that coaches love to see in players, be sure to download it today. I give you a link in the description below, or you can simply go to hardsmarttogether.com/intangibles. I'll be sure to get you that checklist of those skills that coaches love to see in players. So these 3 steps to developing a repeatable, dependable routine. One is you need to develop and commit to a repeatable physical routine. And what do I mean by repeatable? I want your routine to be the same motions, the same actions, but not just the same actions. So a lot of people have routines. Maybe it's you dribble a certain number of times. Maybe you spin the ball to yourself, whatever the case might be. But I want you to take it a step further. I want you to be conscious of the rhythmic timing from the time you find out you're going to shoot the free throw and you step up to the free throw line. Maybe it is how you step up, how you place your feet before you even receive the ball from the referee. And then maybe it is a certain number of dribbles, a certain number of mannerisms, a deep breath, whatever the case might be physically that you develop your routine. The beauty of these routines is they can be as unique as they're, different players. Different players play the game differently. Routines can be very unique and you can make it specific to you, okay? But I want you to develop this routine and stick with it. And I want it to be rhythmic. I want the timing to be the same. From the timing it takes you to set your feet, to the timing that it takes to go through these physical motions. I want it to be almost, just a very melodic timing, okay? Now, what I will say, and this is just my opinion, you don't have to overcomplicate your routine. And I see some really complicated routines that take a long time. And here's why I, as a coach, prefer shorter, simpler routines. Okay? I'll give you an example. When I was a player, I had a routine where I dribbled the ball 5 times before I'd shoot my free throw. Well, if you want to practice correctly, okay, if you want to practice how you play in the game, then you want to practice your physical routine as well. Well, I've figured out, wait a second, if I only take 2 dribbles, I'm accomplishing the same thing. I have a routine. I'm going through my routine before I shoot my free throw. But if I only dribble it twice, when I'm practicing, I don't have to dribble as much. Therefore, I get up more free throws in practice. So I kind of changed my routine and made it a little simpler. I kept a rhythm to it. I kept a timing, but I only dribbled twice before I shot the ball. So I'm a big fan of simpler routines versus overcomplicated, putting it around your back 4 times, spinning it out 3 times, dribbling 5 times. Maybe that's an extreme example, but I've seen some pretty complicated routines, and simpler is better. The second step, the second most important aspect of developing a dependable routine is to have a trigger within your physical routine that flows directly into your shot process. Okay? So I mentioned your routine starts from the time how you step up to the free throw line, whatever you're doing to, as part of your routine in your pre-shot routine. But at a certain point, you're going to hopefully just look at the rim, aim, and go into your shot. Okay? You should have some type of trigger. Maybe it's for me, it was a final dribble. Okay? For you, it could be something else. Maybe it's that deep breath. Whatever it is that is a trigger that flows rhythmically right into taking your free throw shot. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go through all the mechanics of a shot, right? You practice that, in different ways. We've talked about those in past video. The final piece of your free throw shooting routine should be releasing the shot and holding your follow through. Holding your follow through, I think, should be the final piece of your free throw shooting routine. In fact, I like players to hold their follow through until the ball goes through the net. Okay? But you should have a trigger that starts your shooting process, which you go from, that final physical movement into look at the rim, aim, shoot. Okay? And the timing should always be the same. Okay? It should flow together. So that's the second part. The third part is the part that I was missing as a player, and so many players I see miss this when it comes to developing a routine. And that is developing a mental routine. Okay? And developing a mental routine, your mental routine of shooting your free throw should start as soon as you find out that you're going to shoot a free throw. Okay? It doesn't have to start when you're about to shoot. It doesn't have to start after that trigger. It doesn't have to start when you step up to the line. It can start as soon as you know you're going to shoot a free throw. Okay? Because your mental routine should be designed to calm your mind and clear your head of all those negative thoughts that like to creep in when you're going to step up and shoot a free throw. You know those thoughts. Oh, I missed my last one-on-one, the front end of the one-on-one. Oh, I can't miss this one. Oh, this is a critical free throw. This ties the game. Oh, if I keep missing free throws, coach is going to take me out of the game. What are my teammates going to think? Man, that crowd, we're on the road, and that crowd behind the the basket is really giving me a hard time about missing my free throws. All those negative little thoughts that creep into your head, you have got to have a mental routine in order to clear your mind and have simple thoughts and simple positive thoughts. You know, some that I like when you find out you're fouled, this is awesome. This is where I'm going to rack up my points. This is where, cha-ching, they put the wrong person at the free throw line. That's another great thought, a simple thought, okay? I like simple thoughts like all net, all day, right? All net, all day, okay? Because your mental routine, when you are going through once you've stepped up and started going through your physical routine, maybe you've received the ball from the referee, part of your mental routine should be, you should be able to picture the perfect free throw, going through the hoop, not even touching the rim, all net. You should picture the ball going through the hoop before you've ever even shot it. And you should do that every time you shoot a free throw. Your physical routine and your mental routine are partners in this. They are coupled together, and they are what helps you become a more successful free throw shooter. And this is a routine that you can depend on both from your mind standpoint, quieting your mind through your mental routine, and your physical routine of quieting your body and having kind of a melodic, rhythmic pace to your physical routine. These work together, okay? And so I mentioned it before, I want you to practice how you play in a game. So when you're practicing free throws, you need to practice your physical and mental routine on every free throw you shoot. I want you to make this a habit. That's why this is such a great time for me to be talking about this to you, because this is a great time to practice and make this a habit before next high school season, to have your routine dialed in both physically and mentally, okay, on every free throw, okay? You can't just walk up and say, I'm going to practice free throws today, and I'll do that routine when I get to the game. I'm going to shoot 100 free throws today, but I got to do it quick, so I'm just going to grab the ball and shoot a free throw, grab the ball and shoot a free throw. That's not going to be as effective in making you a great free throw shooter as practicing like you would play in a game. So hopefully this was helpful. Those three aspects, those three steps to developing a dependable routine for your free throw shooting. And love the likes. If this was helpful, leave a comment below. And until next week, remember to play hard, play smart, and play together. See you next week.